Hi and welcome to Tiffany's Tiny Things. In today's video I am going to make a custom Jinx doll from Arcane League of Legends, the Netflix show. And this is because most of you voted for Arcane. And then I asked you what kind of doll base to use and most of you voted for Monster High. So that's what we are doing today. So I think we should get started. For the body, I will use this Ever After High doll, and for the head, I will use this Monster High head Draculora that I've shrunken beforehand with the acetone method. So I've let that dry for a few days just to get it shrunken to the maximum, and I will use this blue hair to reroot her, but first I will paint her scalp blue with some regular acrylics. Then I tried to color match the face with the body with some regular, very watered down acrylics, but in the end I really didn't like the surface, so I took it off with some pure acetone, redid it with pan pastel colors instead. And I've used pan pastels before, so I know it will work. Started with a yellowish color and then 2 layers of white on top of that, and then I matched the color perfectly. And of course seal it in with Mr. Super Clear UV flat. And here you see the finished color, and I think it matches almost perfectly. Here you see side by side the original head to the body, and yeah, it's almost the same. I think it will be good enough. So let's start rerooting. Because I shrunk the head, I will use this poking device to do the holes a little bit bigger before I stab this needle in. This is to avoid cracking, and I will only reroot like the hairline and the middle part. Then I will do some wefts for the middle areas, and this is only because I don't want her hair to be too thick because she will have the braids later. I will style it a little bit better when I'm finished with the face up and everything, but yeah, here you see kind of what it's going to look like. Now it's time to make her clothes, and I use the regular plastic wrapper and tape method to make her pattern, and I just draw out where I want the pants to be on her and then cut them off. And here you have one side of the pattern piece, and I will first make a trial pant to see if this even works. So here you have the 2 sides. I will try to make them like these. Usually you have one more seam in the middle of this, but we'll try it like this. And here we have them, and yeah, I think they are okay, but the fit is not 100%. As you see, I even struggle with putting them on, so yeah, we are going to try this one more time and then one more time again, and this is the 3rd pair I made. Now they are perfect. Now we can make them with the real fabric. So I actually printed on this special kind of printable fabric. This is the first time I'm using it, and I think it turned out really great actually. And it's a very thin fabric, so it works perfectly for dolls also. I'm just gonna draw out the pattern pieces on the back here with a pen that disappears, well, if you heat it. Don't worry, these lines won't be visible later. So I just cut these pieces out and then sew them together. So here you have them, of course with the wrong side out, so now just turn them right side out and try them on the doll. And as you can see, they are perfect. Now I'm just gonna add some Velcro and all the details and stuff like that. I just put on these little pocket things, or I don't know what they are supposed to be, but they're there and I put them on. And I put on the little leather belt that goes up on her hip for some reason with a little Velcro, so you actually can take the pants off and on. all her accessories and belt buckles and studs and things like that, I actually 3D printed them on my brand new 3D printer. These were some files I bought online, and they are for cosplay, I think, so I had to shrink them down to size, and they are a little bit thin, but they work. So I just paint everything beforehand in the right colors like silver and golden, things like that, and then I will glue them on. So now I can just glue on all of the little studs on the belt and the belt buckle and all of the things. And with that, the pants are done, and I'm really happy with how they look. And for her little top, I just used this four-eyed cat on this faux leather fabric. And if you know me, you know I love faux leather because it doesn't fray and you can actually leave the edges raw and it still looks great. So just try that on, and we have to do some darts on the sides here just to make it fit a little bit snugger on her. This is the back piece, just a little triangle. Yeah, now I realize I have maybe a problem with how is this going to be removable so you can actually take it on and off. I know it's maybe not that important, but for me it is. I like to be able to remove the clothes. So I add this belt around and will add some Velcro. Then I do a little clasp on the, well, what is it? Neck, shoulder straps. Yeah. So here you see the absolutely mini clasp I made with, a regular wire. Actually, I just bend it to fit. Then I just added the details here on the belt thing around. And now I mark out where the holes will be. To make the holes, I use this hole puncher, and then I just glue on some golden little rings. They are for jewelry making and they fit perfectly for this. For the sleeves, I use the same fabric as before, the faux leather and the striped printed fabric, and I just drew on the buckles. And as you see on the other arm here, I just made a simple sleeve, and I found this perfect little ring that can be her bracelet. And for her gloves, I just paint her hands. This is, I think, the best method because using fabric, it's just too bulky. She will always wear gloves, so I just paint with regular acrylics, both the gloves and then her nails, and then I seal it in with some glossy varnish. Now it's time to paint all of her accessories, and with that I mean all of her weapons. And I'll start with a black base coat. And yeah, I want to say that I know these may not look exactly like her actual guns. These were in a bundle I bought online. I think they are pretty good. Just, you know, if someone is really a big fan and knows these aren't like exactly the same, I know. But I think they're good enough. I will do my best to make them look like the real deal. The paint I use is just regular acrylics in, gold and silver and all the other colors, and then I just seal it in with some glossy varnish. And with that, the guns and weapons are finished, and I really like how they turned out. I love this worn and dirty look they have. Yes, I will glue that on. There are some pieces to this that will need some gluing, but other than that, they are finished and look amazing. I love it. The boots were actually a free file. I will add the link in the description area. These were the only boots I could find. They are actually for fingers, so I had to modify them a bit to fit the Ever After High feet. But they turned out good, I think, and I do the same thing here. I just paint them with acrylics and with these silver and gold pens and add the little buckles here. And then I do some dry brushing to age them and make them look worn and dirty, you know. And then I just seal them in also with the glossy varnish. Then they are done. For her tattoos, I lightly sketch out everything with a light blue watercolor pencil at first, and then I fill out everything with some light blue acrylics, and I finished everything with a darker blue watercolor pencil, just do all the line work. I really tried hard to make this look like her actual tattoos, and I'm sorry if they don't match exactly, but this was hard. So I think they are pretty good anyway, and I really love how they turned out. So I hope you like them too. Now it's finally time for the face up, and I'm both excited and a little bit scared because the art style of Arcane, the series on Netflix, is very different from my usual style, so I'll do my best. And as usual, I just sketch out all the features with a light gray watercolor pencil, and then I go ahead and fill it out with darker and darker colors. I always do this. I sketch out all of the colors I want with the watercolor pencils, and then I fill them out with acrylics just to make them, well, stronger, I guess. I wanted her lips to be this dark purplish color to match the series. Also the pink eyes, not her like original blue eyes. I actually use the watercolor pencil like this also. I take the pencil and I wet it with my brush. In that way you get a stronger color. And that's because I wanted this specific color in her eyes. So that's one tip for you. And here doing the shading around the eyes and the nose was a journey, and you know, I was really unhappy at first, but the more I went with it, the better it got, so I was really happy in the end. I just do some touch-ups here on the lips and some highlighting and stuff like that. And of course, I seal it in between layers with Mr. Super Clear. And I almost forgot about her freckles, so I add that. And then we finish everything with the catch light in the eyes. I was deciding on using gloss on the eyes or not, but then I decided that it will look better with gloss in the eyes, but not the lips because her lips look kind of matte, so I think that was a good choice. And I almost forgot about her band-aid on the leg here, so I just add that and seal that in with Mr. Super Clear also. And here she is. Now the only thing left is to style her hair a bit and get her dressed, and then she is ready for her beauty shots. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that you love Jinx as much as I do. If you would like to purchase her, she is available in my Etsy shop, and you find the link for that in the description. Please write in the comments what you think about her. Would you like me to make Vi someday maybe? And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss my next videos. Also a big thank you to my patrons, you are the best, and if you would like to be one of my patrons, you find the link for that in the description below the video. See you next time!